Hello YouTubers, I'm Batmanmarch, or Matthew Toffolo. For those of you who haven't watched Doctor Who Plastic Treachery, you're probably thinking, gosh, that's what that silly Italian boy looks like. So yes, this is me. Hello. Welcome to a vlog, or a vlog, or whatever you call these damn things. It's not the first in a series or anything. This is basically a vlog, or whatever, just talking about what's happening with my Doctor Who videos, so the classic adventures basically, and the Batman series that I have planned, because there's been a lot of comments made about both in regards to the Batman teaser trailer that I released last week. I'll begin by talking about Doctor Who. As you know, the last story I released was the Power of Steel and whatever the second part of that Matt Smith story was called, which did really well, and I'm very glad that you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to make, even though I'm not a big fan of the new series. It was a lot of fun to do, and I was very, very pleased with the response that got. But after that, I made a comment saying that I needed a break. I've been doing a lot of these videos recently, and I just wanted to have a small amount of time where I wasn't thinking about filming Doctor Who and editing this and building sets and all that kind of thing. And I said that the story The Honour of War with Tom Baker would be out end of July. Well, now it is the end of July, and the story hasn't even begun editing yet. I mean, I've only filmed maybe half of it. I haven't filmed an awful lot, really. But The Honour of War probably won't be out now until end of August. Why am I taking such a long time than I said I was? Basically, I'm just really not feeling the whole process anymore. I mean, I've really just sort of run down doing Doctor Who stop-motion adventures, really. I basically wanted to do 4 more classic Doctor Who stories before I moved on to the second season of Paul McGann videos, and those were Terra Nova with Patrick Troughton, Salvage Mission with Colin Baker, and Golgotha with Sylvester McCoy, and of course The Honour of War with Tom Baker. Unfortunately, having looked at my calendar, if I were to, you know, keep churning these videos out, I wouldn't be able to put the Paul McGann the 8th Doctor Series 2 into this year. It just wouldn't fit because of the nature of how long the stories are. I mean, most of those stories are 4-part stories, and that'd be it. It would be into January before we start seeing more 8th Doctor adventures, which I didn't want to do. I really want to get the 8th Doctor season started this year, even if I only do like the first few videos in December and then carry it on into January of next year or what have you. But that was basically the reason why I have now decided to delay Golgotha and Terra Nova until 2012. The 8th Doctor will be the main Doctor that I focus on, because Series 2 has story arcs that carry on from Series 1, is a story arc that you guys probably wouldn't have noticed. It's very, very minute, but when it comes to fruition in Series 2, you will be going, ah, so that's what that was all about. So that'll be interesting to see how you guys like that. And Series 3 has a lot of fun stuff going on, and there's a few fun episodes coming towards the end to wrap the whole era off, as it were. The Doctor Who stories are going to start slowing down now, not only because of just time restraints. I'm starting university in September, so I don't know how much time I'm going to have to make these videos anyhow, but just because, I mean, I've been doing the Doctor Who videos for 4 years, and, you know, it's a long process making these videos. Obviously my first videos were absolutely terrible, and I hate them. But I know some of you guys still like to watch them, but I delete them years ago if I could. But no, you guys seem to like them. But for the recent stuff I've done, it takes such a long time trying to make these videos that it is getting all very, very samey. And, you know, for me, creatively, I'm just feeling very drained doing the same thing week in, week out. So that's the issue with Doctor Who. Which leads into Batman. Obviously I did Batman not last year, year before, I think, I did The Man Who Laughs, which was basically a straight adaptation of the comic book The Man Who Laughs by Ed Brubaker, which in turn was the adaptation of the original Man Who Laughs comic from 1940, Batman issue 1. It was okay. I was never really happy with it, because basically I was still using Windows Movie Maker and things, and it just wasn't as good as how I imagined it to be. And then it got taken down. I think parts 1 and 3 got taken down because of the music, because I used the Danny Elfman score and the Mask of the Phantasm score and the animated scores, and so Warner Brothers pulled them. So for doing this series, obviously now doing so much Doctor Who, I've had a lot of experience using new special effects, doing explosions, gunfire and all that kind of thing, and maybe a little bit of fighting, but I've become more tuned to these little things, so and even green screen I'm getting more to grips with. So for me, doing the Batman series now is seems to be a perfect progression from Doctor Who. I've learnt all these skills, now I can apply them to something completely different, and it is going to be extremely different from Doctor Who. Extremely different, which is why I'm so excited. It will be violent and have more adult themes in it. It will have swearing in it, not a lot, not gratuitous swearing, but and it will be quite gory in places. I've got these gory effects that I've been wanting to use for ages, but of course you can't really put those in Doctor Who, because Doctor Who isn't the place for people having their throats slit. So yes, Batman will be extremely different from Doctor Who. I'm very much looking forward to doing that series. How am I going to get around the music problem, I hear you ask? Basically, I'm having music composed. A friend of my brother's, Matthew Nash, a friend of mine, he is just about to complete his Masters in Music at Bristol University, and he's never composed music for screen before, so he's, you know, he doesn't mind the Batman series, and he is going to be composing the scores for each episode. There are 5 stories for Batman this year, all completely original. They're not adaptations of actual comics, which I didn't think worked as well as I hoped it would, so I decided, well, I might as well just bite the bullet and have a go at writing some stories. I have written 4 of these stories. My girlfriend Kat, who's called Cats on Fire X, I think that's her username, apologies, I'll put it at the bottom, sorry Kat. She's writing one of the stories as well. So the first 2 stories are written by me. The first one is City of Fear, which has a plethora of different villains from the Batman universe, which is all based around some sort of a drug war citywide thing. Then the second story is called Cold Vengeance. No surprise that Mr. Freeze is the villain in that story. And that deals with 2 sort of things. That one sort of looks at Batman's relationship with Nightwing, that's Dick Grayson, the original Robin, and how sometimes it shifts, and sometimes Batman can be quite alright with Dick, but sometimes he can be quite cold and sort of retreat into himself and be that lone Batman that we all know. And for Mr. Freeze, it again sort of explores his origins, but with a slight twist, and I've added a new element into his origin story that wasn't in the original, sort of in the Paul Dini version, but it's based around that kind of idea. The third story is called The Manaxum Foe, or the Mansum Foe. This is the one written by Kat. Sorry Kat, I don't know how to pronounce it, so you can kill me later. I shan't tell you what that's about. It's very dark. I mean, I only know the bare minimum of the story. She won't let me read the script that she's written so far. But it's dark, and it has some very dark, twisted undertones to it that that will be interesting to explore with toys. But it will be fun to do. The next story after that is Masquerade, which deals with a girl who has been raped and murdered, and it all leads back to this Pentecostal church that's come into Gotham City, and there are sinister goings on at this church, and it's all a bit grim. And then the last story is called The Days Beyond, which, if you remember in the trailer, you might have seen Terry McGinnis, the Batman of the Future, Batman Beyond. That is basically a small story, just dealing with Terry McGinnis as Batman and just sort of showing that progression from Bruce Wayne to Terry McGinnis and how he copes with the mantle of Batman. What continuity am I following? I'm following a bit of the comics. I'm also following a bit of the animated universe as well. So Batman Beyond, I've sort of dragged in and merged it with the comics a little bit, and I've merged some of the animated series stuff into that kind of thing as well. So it's a mixture of the two, kind of like how Arkham Asylum and Arkham City mix the comic and animated continuities together. I mean, I'm very grateful for the guys, I'm grateful for all of you, all my subscribers. I mean, 3,016 or something I think I've got now, which is amazing. I mean, I never came onto YouTube thinking that that would ever happen, so I mean, I'm extremely grateful for you guys subscribing and for all of you guys who watch every Saturday. You know, it's really, really, really nice to see that people enjoy the videos. And I mean, I make a lot of the videos because I know that you guys enjoyed them. I mean, I probably would have finished ages ago if it weren't for you guys. But saying that, with the Batman stuff, it was quite disheartening to see that a lot of the Doctor Who fans out there were posting stuff like, oh, boo, oh, you should be doing more Doctor Who videos. Why are you doing Batman? Do Doctor Who. Well, you know, I'm not obligated to doing Doctor Who videos. After all, my channel name is Batmanmarch. And at the end of the day, I want to make the videos that I'm going to enjoy. But I mean, there were a few of you out there who said, not a fan of Batman, but I really like your videos, I'm sure this will be very good, I look forward to watching it. So, a big thank you to you guys who didn't sort of say, oh, Batman, you should be doing Doctor Who, who said, well, you know, it's not my cup of tea, but I'll give it a go. So, thank you very much, because I'm really, really pleased that, you know, it was able to appeal to you guys in some way. And thank you to the Batman fans out there who said you were looking forward to it as well. So, thank you to those who supported the video. Please be a bit more understanding, those of you who didn't, but, you know, I understand that not everyone's going to like Batman, but, you know, please respect that this is what I want to do, and that, you know, I can't be doing Doctor Who all the time. It's been 4 years practically non-stop of Doctor Who, so, you know, I do want to start progressing onto new things. Finally, just to end off, Masters of the Universe, this project that's been sat on my YouTube channel for about 2 years, this teaser trailer for a series that hasn't materialised yet. I'm happy to say that thanks to Matty Palooza at Comic Con this week, which revealed a lot of new figures, which was extremely exciting, He-Man will be coming out next year. I shall be doing a pilot story, pilot script. It will be using the Masters of the Universe Classics range, and it will, yeah, it'll be using that continuity at least. I shan't be doing things like the origin of He-Man because, you know, it's such a long story. But, you know, I probably will make references to it, and if it does well, which I'm hoping He-Man does do well, I might do more He-Man videos and explore more of the characters and things that way. For those of you who don't know what Masters of the Universe is, or know what He-Man is, look it up on Google. It's a very nice toy line from the 1980s that came back in 2002, and that's how I got into it, and I adore it. And just to show you guys, there they are. That's the classics up there. Yeah, I know, not the most, and Megan Fox, not the normal room of a 19-year-old, but there we go. I don't profess to be normal. And if Batman does do well, which I'm really hoping it does, I really hope you enjoy it, because it will be very different, it will be very dark. There will be a parental sort of guidance notice at the beginning. I've been informed by my friend HatGuy23 to put up a parental guidance notice because it's all a bit dark and a bit grim, and you've got Batman interrogating people with violent means and things, so I've been told to perhaps say, if you're under the age of 15 or so, maybe you shouldn't watch. But no, it should be good. It should be good fun. And yes, that's basically it. Thank you for watching. I hope I didn't bore you too much with my gabble. And thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching the videos. I make them for you guys. So keep watching, and I shall speak to you again at some point.